So you can see here what is the first thing that we are doing is
Hmm.
here I have applied a border. Like you can
Hmm.
see that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything has some kind of a border which I applied as 1 pixel solid and salmon color. And if you want, you can also apply a dotted color, which will be
Hmm.
dotted, will be actually visible here.
Hmm. Hmm.
But if I make it as 2 pixel or 3 pixel, you can see it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Can you see it is dotted now?
Yeah.
And you can also apply as dashed.
Hmm.
Dashed meaning it is going to be an hyphen format.
Got it.
Dotted means
Got it.
just one dots will be
Hmm.
there.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there are also few other styles that you can apply. That is the dotted, dashed. So the same property can be applied with the help of border style. So border style grew meaning it is going to give you something kind of an inset way. So you can see it is going to be in this way. Like you
Oh.
cannot basically see it is going to come something different. And there is also a lot of other styles that you can apply. That is dashed, dotted, and
Hmm.
double meaning a
Hmm.
double lines will come.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
outset is going to be like it is going to feel like okay, it is the content is little bit popping out, like that
Hmm.
feel will give. And
Hmm.
ridge, no much
Hmm.
change, and solid, and that's all. So these are all the main border styles that we can use. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this is considered to be an border color. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Border hyphen color. Border color is going to be salmon. So here
Hmm.
you can mention as an only one property, everything together. You can mingle it and mention, or you
Hmm.
can also divide it like this, and you can mention as all different properties.
Okay.
Okay. And there is also one border that you can apply only for the top or only for the bottom or left, right, or anywhere you
Okay.
can apply.
So when we apply all things in one border, is there any level like first this should pixel should come and second style should come, third one should be colors, anything like that, or it
No, no,
can be
no.
in
There
any
is no
order?
specific order like that. You can
Okay.
mention in any order.
Okay.
And you can see that the border, for border bottom, I have given 5 pixel. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I have not mentioned the style. So I'll just give a solid, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
give it with a different color. So I'll just give
Mm.
it with this blue color. So you
Mm.
can see that only the border bottom of the border bottom comes in this particular way.
Agree. Got it.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh, and one more thing is, so there is something called as an border radius for us. So border radius is the one which allows us to play around with the different styles. So
Mm.
if you can see, I'll just say it as 10 pixel border radius. So
Mm-hmm.
you can see that it is all on the border, all the sides it has become blunt. It
Mm.
becomes little rounded
Mm.
instead of a flat, or the
Mm.
sharp corners it is becoming slightly a rounded
Rounded.
way. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are changing it to be like 50%, and you can see it is going to be in an oval format.
Oh,
When
okay.
you want to convert anything to be in an round format, you have to make sure that the height and width of the particular elements is same. Okay.
Mm.
Height is 100 pixel, and the width is also 100 pixel. Now I have not made any change on the border radius, but you could see that the border the shape has got changed to round color. So it's a
Mm.
mathematic calculation. And if the
Okay.
width and height is not going very well, and you can see that I'll reduce the height, and if I
Mm.
mention as 50%, and it can only become oval because it is going to stretch 50% on the right hand side. I mean, the corners are going to become 50% oval on the right hand side and also on the left hand side. And on the top and bottom also, it will become like that. But
Okay.
calculation wise, the height is not fitting so that it cannot become a circle, it can become only oval.
Okay.
Okay. And the next thing is you can also mention border radius for the alternate sides. So say for an example, I'll say 25 pixel and 25 pixel. So when I mention 25 pixels, it is applying only for the sides. Like you can see it has applied for left side and right side, but because it is
Okay.
25 pixel, you are able to see it in a sharp cornered way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or if I give us 5 pixel and 5 pixel, and you can see that only this corner and this corner will be sharpened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and one more thing is like in case if I'm mentioning as, I'll mention here as 10 px, 10 px, and here will be 20 px and 20 px, and the corners of four sides will get the shape, but the shape will be different based on the pixels that we are mentioning.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so these are the ways that you can mention a border radius, and this is considered to be an border uh, rounded corners. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
these are considered to be rounded corners. So I'll mark a rounded corners also as we did it. So I'll just mark here strike through, and later I'll
Mm-hmm.
just mark that. And what is opacity? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
opacity, like let me come to opacity little later. So here, let me talk about the box model. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so here box model height and width, I believe I said you know, because the
Yes.
height is the occupation of this particular property and how much of a space in terms of an vertical alignment and also in terms of an horizontal alignment it has to occupy. Always the
Got it.
width is considered to be in horizontal alignment and vertical alignment will be an height. Okay, height
Mm-hmm.
consideration. So there is nothing very big logic in this. It is just an height and width as everyone says.
Mm-hmm.
And here you can see the box model. So what is a box model is, first you can see that there is some space in this area. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like you can check that there is a little bit of a space between this and this, but I
Yes.
want to expand the space between these two elements. When I want to
Mm-hmm.
expand there are few different ways we can increase the space for the elements. One is, see, this is a border has been applied. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
outside of a border I can increase the space, and also inside of a border I can increase the space. If I am
Mm-hmm.
increasing the space on the inside of the borders, you cannot see much here because there is already a lot of blank values,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you will be able to see the space that is coming around for the top or bottom or the left hand side, as the text is visible, and if space is increased or decreased also you will be able to visibly see it. So
Okay.
basically there are two different spacing. One is outside of the borders and the other one is an inside of the borders. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
inside of the borders whatever is there, it is considered to be an width of the element. Okay, because the width that I gave here is an 100 pixel, it is now taking so much of a space including the empty spaces. If I want to reduce the high width, you can see that it is reducing its size and the content is growing little bit closer to your borders. Okay, and I changed from 100 pixel to 67 pixel in this area. Okay, so now what I will do is I want to increase the space within the content, I mean within the border and also outside of the border, and this particular width whichever is occupying, that is considered to be in content width. Okay, are you clear with this? So this is nothing but it's a box model. So how are we going to achieve a space within the element is that is called as in padding within the borders. If I have to apply, I'll give 20 px. What are you now seeing it without this property
Yes.
and with this property?
I mean the boxes become bigger.
Bigger. The box
Bigger.
has become bigger because
Yes.
it is calculating the space as content, width, and height plus the padding on all the
Mm,
sides.
mm, mm,
Okay. So when
mm.
I give padding, it means that it is for all the four sides
All
it
the
is applied.
process. Got
Okay.
it.
No, I don't want to apply padding for all the four sides. I want to apply it only for the left side. So then I'll give it as padding left, and you
Mm,
can
mm,
see that the content has moved towards right and the padding, the space has got increased from the border to the content.
mm, mm,
And if I don't want my padding to be applied for all the four sides, only two sides that I wanted it to be applied, I'll give us 20 pixel and 2 pixel.
mm,
You can see that it is applying for a top and bottom.
mm.
Okay,
Got it.
and if I
Mm,
want to apply for two more sides, then what you can do is for the top and bottom, I don't want the space to be applied, but I wanted it to be applied for the left and right side. So I'll give us 10 pixel and 10 pixel Honestly, this should work, but why is it not working? Okay, sorry, it is applied as two sides only. One is top and bottom, and the next one is considered to be left and right.
Okay.
When I give as two values, it is applied as top and bottom, and it is left and right. If you want to increase the left and right space, then I have to give it as 40. You can see that left and right space got increased by 40 pixels on each sides. And
So
actually,
this
yeah,
same thing we can do it in margin also, right?
no, I'll come to that first. Let us finish padding, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you can see that now I don't want to apply for all the four sides. Let me remove this, and then if I want to apply it only on the top, then I can also give as padding top,
Top.
and I'll give as 50 pixel for the padding top, and you can see
Mm,
that
mm.
your shape got changed and your space on the top also has got changed, and it is coming down to this area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but you are very clear with one point, that is the padding means it is going to increase the space within the element, within the
Mm,
border box,
mm,
and it
mm,
is going
mm.
to impact the height and width of the element, and not it is not it is it has nothing to do with the outside of the element.
Okay.
Okay, so now I was telling you two spaces I want to increase. One is inside the element and the other one is an outside the element.
Mm,
Whenever it is an how do we consider if it is inside or outside? Is when we are saying our home, we go inside the home and we go outside of a home. It is
mm,
defined with the help of a wall that we have built. The
mm,
wall here for this element is a border. So
mm,
inside of an element is padding and outside of an element is margin. So
mm.
outside of the element space, if I have to increase, I'll be giving us 20 pixel here. And you can see that the space around this area got increased. But there is nothing to do with the content of the box.
Okay.
Okay. And here it has again applied for all the four sides. But I wanted it to be applying only for the two sides, or very on, or only on one side. Then I have to go ahead and mention a margin on the sides, like margin
Left and top.
icon left. If I give, and if I give 50 pixel, and you can see that it has moved all the way from the left side to the right side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and if it is on the right side, if you want to give, you have to give us margin right, and you have to give us 100 pixel, and you can see
Mm,
that your margin right space has totally increased and all the elements moved toward right side.
mm, mm,
So this is nothing but it is called as a box model. So you can see the same thing in the computed area, where you will
mm,
see this is considered to be in content width. The content width is 67, height is 70. And the
mm,
padding that we have applied around the area is 10 pixel. And I said you padding means inside of the content, and margin means outside of the content. We define inside and outside with the help of borders, and borders is 3 pixel.
mm,
And
mm.
outside of the border is nothing but margin. So I have applied only one margin, and you can see here it is showing for all the other sides, it's showing icon.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
this is called as an box model.
Mm, mm.
Okay, and next one is going to icons. After icons, yeah,
Yeah. Even in the margin, we cannot give all four, right? Top, bottom, uh, like
you can give
margin.
all the four. Like when I gave all the four, like I just gave it as a margin, and it is not like a margin right or left. And you can see it has increased on all the sides. If I have to check how
No,
it got increased, yeah, tell me.
no. The thing is, when I say 10 pixel, 20 pixel, 30 pixel, 40 pixel, so we cannot give like that
Yes,
for
yes,
all
we
this.
can give. We can give.
Oh, margin. Okay.
Okay. You
Oh,
could
only
simply
two,
focus here
two,
and see.
only two we can give, not
No,
four.
four also we can give, but here it is not applying. I'm not sure why it is not applying. I have done that particular coding multiple times into my programming.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I have seen in the
See
pages
here,
also, but
we can apply. Yes, we can apply. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Any doubts on
Can
this?
can you change the size? Don't instead of 20, can you change something more pixels so we can see the difference? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you change the other two? 20, 20, the other two. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It always
So the
comes in
first,
this way.
so
Top,
first one. Okay.
top,
Can we go with
right,
the order?
yes,
Top
top,
right,
right, bottom, and
bottom left.
left. It's in a
Top right,
clockwise.
bottom left.
Always the order is in a clockwise.
Okay.
Starts from the 12, like how we start our clock with 12 or 1.
Right. 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 Top right,
Yeah.
bottom left. Okay.
Mm. Okay. So any other doubts?
No. No. Clear.
Mm. Okay. The next one is icons. So let me
Mm,
apply. I want to give some kind of an icons about before this, like a hyphen
mm,
or something like that.
mm,
So
mm,
we
mm,
have, there are plenty of icons available in the market.
mm,
So
mm,
icon libraries available in the market. So I'll use something called as a font awesome. Okay.
mm,
And here,
mm,
when I am using a font awesome, I'll go with the CDN link. What is a CDN
mm,
link? Is I will not have the local reference of my font awesome in my into my project, whereas I will
mm.
be directly taking the reference from the internet. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when I search as font awesome CDN, the first link that I'll get is the cdnjs.com link. And when
Mm,
I
mm,
go
mm,
here, and you can see that there are few, the first one you have to apply. Always you
mm,
have to
mm.
take all.min.css, because this is
Okay.
this is an compressed version, or an this version contains all the references under this. And here you can
Okay.
see that there is a copy URL script, link tag, and also there is an SRI hash. This we are
Yeah.
not bothered about.
Yeah. Bothered about. So only thing I have seen this extension dot min. So min means something called
I'll come to that.
minified. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it is a minified version. I'll come to that in the later sessions, but not today. Okay.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you can see here there is a copy URL and there is a copy link tag. And when I
Mm-hmm.
am clicking on this, what will happen is whatever the link colon CSS we are giving into our sheet, no, the same syntax will be taken here and applied here. And you can see it has a like link, rel is equal to
Yeah.
style sheet, and it has an href
Reference.
and integrity, everything it has. Okay. And
Okay.
let me open this URL into a new tab. Okay, when I
Mm,
open
mm,
this as a URL into a new tab, so basically if I want to know if an info icon is present, so I'll just type as info, and you can
mm,
see the class name that it applies is fa-info.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
So now
mm,
when I want to apply a icon before this HTML, so what
mhm,
I'll do, I'll go to that list item, and
mm.
I'll just say here I means I is the element, HTML element. It means the icon. Okay. And
Oh,
this will
okay.
not apply any, it does not take any element content within that. So you have to apply only font. So I will give FA as a, whenever you are applying font awesome, you must give FA as an prefix for the class, because this is
Okay.
containing all the class info. And again, FA info I have to give, or I also have an FA info and FA info circle icons. So I can
Oh.
take that and apply here, and you can see that the eye icon is applied to this area. But if I
Mm,
want
mm.
to it to be applied to the top area, and I can go here and give this a space, and when I refresh, you can see that there is an icon applied. And
Mm,
in
mm.
case if you want to make it as an info circle, you can just give us an info circle, and you can refresh and check, and it is an info icon with circle.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
like this you can apply. And if you want to increase or decrease or font size, you can give fa-2 2x. All that will be an increasing or a decreasing of a font size. So you can see
Got
this
it.
means it's a bigger in size.
Got it.
So like
Got
this
it.
we have lot of icons you can explore, and you can also see there is a sign out icon. But we should have a patience, and also you can explore from the font awesome website.
Mm, mm. Okay.
Okay. And here I'll give sign out. I think I give uh, that refresh. You can see that it's giving me a sign out icon.
Got it.
Okay. So
Okay.
this way you
Okay.
can apply the icons, and
Okay.
icons I believe it is covered. So the next one is a display or a position or inline block. I'll cover display inline block because these two are same thing. And before that, let me apply a overflow because we already have a paragraph. Okay. See, this is my paragraph and I want to fix an height and width of my paragraph. Okay. Say for an example, I'll take the same content over and over again. Okay. And you can see the content is growing to this level, but
Yes.
if I'm having lots of contents, it will grow. I mean, my complete page will be occupied with my paragraph, but I
Yeah.
don't want this to happen. My paragraph should be fitting into this area to only half of my screen. So in that case, what I will do is I'll just go ahead and define a border so that we can clearly see. So I'll just define a border, that is border 1 pixel solid. I'll give salmon color and you can see the border of the paragraph. Let me change it to clear. Okay. Now
Okay.
let me reduce the width of this particular paragraph. The width of the paragraph is going to be 50%, meaning I want to occupy half of the screen size. Okay, so I gave like this. If you now see, the content is actually growing and the scroll is increasing for the page. But I don't want my content to grow. The height of the paragraph should be fixed to this area. So when I wanted it to be fixed to this area, you can do multiple things. That is, you can take a scroll of this page and you can adjust the height from here directly and check what height will fit. So probably you can say as 200 pixel. 200 pixel means it is fitting to this area. Okay. Wherever the border is closing. So let me increase by 250 pixels. And it has slightly come down. Okay. And I'll make it 300 pixel and I'll see if it is okay. Yeah, 300 pixel seems to be okay for me. So I'll go to 300 pixel. Okay. I'll see height as 300 pixel.
Which is the industry practice to go with pixel or percentage?
No, that is again another topic that I'll take for you. Okay. That comes under responsiveness.
Okay.
So here you can see that now the height and width of my box is set to this particular area. Okay. So now what you are seeing is my paragraph actual occupation is only this, wherever the border is. But my content is outgrowing the space of my my height and width of my paragraph. If I want my paragraph height to be fixed to this area, so what I have to do is I want to set overflow property. Overflow, if I give hidden, what will happen is only till this content you can see, remaining contents you cannot see.
Okay. No, you should give it in the P element, right?
Give it in the paragraph.
Yeah.
Right. So when I refresh, you can see that all the remaining contents are hidden. But what is the point? If I have to hide the content, why should I put that content here? So it's of no use, right? So there is a property called auto. So auto, what it will do is only when there is a content growing in size, it will set the scroll bar. And if it is growing in height wise, it is going to set the height scroll bar. And always horizontal is considered to be x-axis and vertical is considered to be an y-axis. Okay. So now it has set only for the vertical scroll because only the content is growing in width vertically, not horizontally. Okay. And also there is another properties that is like visible, overflow visible, meaning it is going to be in this way, like it is going to come the border. Okay. And overflow scroll, if you make scroll, it is going to be initially set. You can see that vertical scroll is also visible, horizontal scroll is also visible. Okay. So if I am making it to be a scroll, meaning I'm saying that I want my scroll bar to be always visible. But auto means only whenever the scroll capacity is coming in, only that time the scroll bar should be visible. If you see, our body has a overflow to auto, so that I am not able to see the scroll bar of my vertical scroll bar because the content is not growing. But horizontally it is growing because that is why I'm able to see the horizontal scroll bar. But in case I want to set a scroll, but then I want to see my only my y-axis scroll bar always, then we have something called as overflow y.
Y.
So
Okay.
overflow Y meaning it will be hidden visible scroll, again the same. I'll just make
Mm-hmm.
it a scroll, and
Mm-hmm.
overflow X, I'll make it hidden, or I can also
Mm-hmm.
make it auto. When I
Mm.
make it auto, that will not be visible. So you can see that
Okay.
only your horizontal scroll you are able to see. The
Mm-hmm.
vertical scroll is not visible now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
this is about the overflow and display. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
we cover display and inline block together,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so what is a display? Do you remember block level element and inline element from HTML?
Yes. Yeah.
What is block level element?
Uh, so to that particular block, we are giving that element a tag or element name or something like that.
Yeah, right. So here what like a tag or no, block level element is nothing but it is going to occupy the complete line. Like I said you, the li is by default block level element, it is occupying the complete space. But
Mm-hmm.
whereas when I'm using a span, I'll use a span next to this,
Mm-hmm.
next to my paragraph, and you can
Mm-hmm.
see that test content. Okay, you can see my paragraph has taken an occupation of complete block, because paragraph is by default it's a block level element, but the span is considered to be an inline element. Let me put next span next to that.
Mm-hmm.
That span is going to be testing again.
Okay.
And when I am refreshing the page, you can see that it is taking only the content width, and this is again taking its content width.
Okay.
Okay, now what is happening is actually it is coming next to each other because it's not a block level element, but it is an inline element. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
when my block when I want to make my block level element to be accepting, or it is fitting only to the size of an size of the place, or the size the width that is mentioned, so I'll go ahead and set my property called as display inline for the paragraph. Display.
Okay. So it will cover the full page.
No, 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 no. Display block, I will set block meaning it is going to be an full set to. Okay, let me come to this list display inline block. But you can remember, I'll just set the float property to left, because with the help of
Mm,
float property also you can float left I will give. When I
mm,
give float left, it is going to accommodate the next content here. But
mm,
let me
mm,
tell you what is block element.
mm,
But
mm,
I
mm,
mean inline block element. Right now you
mm.
saw that this is a block level element and this is an inline element by nature. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I want my span to be occupying this much of a width. So
Mm,
which
mm,
means that the width of the span should be 200 pixel.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
And the
mm,
height of the span should be 200 pixel. It should be looking
mm,
like a box for me.
mm, mm,
And you can see that because it is an inline display inline in nature, this will
mhm.
not allow us to set the width or height, because the inline element means it is going to get fixed as per the content width.
Oh, okay.
It is not going to get fixed as per your definition of width and height.
Mm,
Okay,
mm, mm,
so when it
mm.
has to accept the definition of height and width that I am going to give, I'll be making this as an inline block, meaning it is an inline element, but it should be locating as per the height and width of my specification. So when you
Oh,
want to mention that here, this span means that it clearly says it's 1 pixel solid, and you can see here that the box is setting a width of 200 pixel, height of 200 pixel, which is specified
mm,
by the user. So which
mm,
means that it is also considered to be an inline element, because it is automatically accommodating the next element next to it, and it is not occupying the complete space. At the same time, it is also considered to be a block because it is occupying 200 pixel and 200 pixel of height and width mentioned by the user.
okay.
Okay, this
So
is called
that
as a display inline block.
so for an inline element, for an not for an inline,
Mm,
for the span level.
mm.
Uh, so if you want to specify the width and height for the span level
Element for an
HTML
inline
element,
element, for an inline
we
element, it is not
we
only
need
span.
to For an inline element, the mandatory property should be display. Display
Display
some,
inline block.
display inline block.
Then
Okay.
only it will go as per the height and width of the user definition.
User. Okay. Display
Okay.
inline block is mandatory. Okay.
Yeah. And next thing is here what I will do. I mean, I'll just make a marking saying that display and inline block is done. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
I think
But
we have only 3 more minutes left in this meeting. I'll just
but
cover only opacity. Okay.
but one thing is,
Hmm.
for the block level element, we cannot use the display, right? Display inline block or
You
something
can
like that.
use, you see here what I did was, this is an block level element. But when
Okay.
I make it as an inline, what happens is it is going to occupy the complete width of the screen. Because inline's nature is whatever the content width is, it will occupy that content width in the screen. But I
Mm,
wanted it to be applying the width of my specification, and
mm,
also I wanted it to be acting as a block. So which means
mm.
I have made this also a display inline block so that it will apply the height and width of my specifications.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And let me explain you the opacity. So here I'll change the background color. Okay.
Mm,
The background color is going to be uh, like something, okay, black I will give. Okay.
mm,
But
mm,
I
mm,
want I want this to be not complete black. I wanted it to be slightly dimmish. So
mm,
when I
mm,
want to dim it, I mean when I want to slightly fade in color or something like that, so
mm.
that time what I will do is I can achieve that with the help of opacity. So we
Okay.
can change the value of opacity from 0 to 1. So 0
Mm,
meaning it is completely hidden, it is not
mm,
visible at all. Okay.
mm,
But when I am giving point 1, it will be slightly visible but fully faded out. When
mm,
2,
mm,
it will be more I mean more brighter than the previous one. 3
mm,
means it
mm,
will be
mm,
more brighter. 4 is little more brighter. Point 5 means half visibility will be there. And 6 means it will
okay.
start increasing the
Mm,
visibility of it. And 8 means
okay.
it is going to increase. 9 again
Okay.
slightly dimmer than the bright color. And
Mm, mm.
1 means it is going to be completely visible. And
So the
beyond 1 you
max.
cannot give anything.
Oh, okay. Maximum is 1, minimum
Yeah.
0. Okay.
Min is 0. So opacity is basically to increase the transparency of any content.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it is like this, if there is something behind this, it will be visible. But right now there is nothing behind that.
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay. This is about the opacity. I believe all these are clear, and let us not cover any more properties. We will cover it in the next session. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And let us work around for some of the time during weekdays. I know
Yeah.
it
Sure.
keep on slipping, but we will try to make a plan, and at least one plan will work out of 6 days. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, out of
Sure.
4 5 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Tomorrow we will